Welcome to another edition of Turn 5 Racing. I'm your host, Jake Wilson. It is hard to believe that it's November 15th, 2014, and the 2014 season is coming to an end. We're going to wrap up most of our championships here tonight. After tonight, we'll know who our champions are and our track champions here at Desoto Speedway. Tonight, we've got the non-wing sprints in action, as well as we will crown a champion in the Desoto Pro Truck Series, as well as the LKQ Pick Your Part Pure Stocks, the Sunbelt Rentals of Fort Myers Street Stocks, the Mini Stocks, the Rookie Fours are all here, the race cars of yesteryear, and not to mention 40-lap feature tonight with the Desoto Bombers. It's going to be a great night of racing here at Desoto Speedway. Now, let's head back here to the pits and let's check in with some of our drivers. Turn 5 Racing, we're joined here with Bruce Carbone. Now, Bruce, you got a little bit of special hardware here you're passing off here. Tell us about what you got here.
Well, what we got is a door from when we won the championship, the Bright House Series championship on Dutili's car 30. And Kenny Gibson wanted to auction it off and then give the money to the kids. So that's what we're after. And this young lady really wanted the door, and I figured, well, I'll take and make sure that I win the door and give it to her.
Now, Kristen, how's it feel? I mean, you've been out here watching Jesse race all year. It's been a really successful season so far for him. Now, how does it feel being able to take this piece of history here home with the Bright House Challenge Series champion as well as the track champ here at Desoto?
It feels really good. I mean, I've always looked up to Jesse with racing and stuff. I have the same exact car design on my car as his, and I really, really wanted the door in the beginning, and I was bidding, and then it kind of got over $100, and I just kind of.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to sneak over here real quick and ask Bruce. Bruce, you've got to be extremely proud of the way the team performed this year, not only picking up the championship for the Bright House Series, but picking up track championships not only here at Desoto, but as well as Auburndale. How, as an owner, do you feel after such a great season?
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's something that a lot of people try to get one championship in a lifetime, and here we just done 3. So it's really something, and Jesse is just one heck of a driver, and I've tried to keep the good cars into him, and he's kept the car running between him and the crews that we have, and it's shocking, you know. I don't know what to say, really. It's really something.
Well, you guys put on a great show. I know Jesse had a great season here. I know the fans here at Desoto love seeing how successful Jesse was, not only here, but as well as driving all over the state. Kristen, thanks for joining us here. Congratulations on picking up the side panel here. And Bruce, congratulations on a great 2014 season for you and Jesse Dutili. Turn 5 Racing. Now, as the season begins to wind down here, champions are beginning to be crowned here at Desoto Speedway, and we're glad to be joined with our 2014 Rookie 4 champ, Jimmy Best. Now, Jimmy, it's been an interesting year. 2 different cars you had to go through this year, and at the beginning of the year, your first car, some weeks it was running really well for you, and other weeks it was even hard just to get out on the track, but you were still able to get some good finishes. But then once you got this black 67 car out there, it seems like your season really took off. Congratulations, and just tell us what it feels like being the Rookie 4 champ.
Thank you. It feels really good to be the Rookie 4 champ. Like you said, this is my second car for this year. My first one, we had some troubles with it. We would break motor mounts, axles, you name it, we'd break it. So when we finally blew the motor up, we called a friend of mine, James Widener, and asked if we could borrow the car with a chance to buy it, and he said yes. We bought this car, so it's mine, and my season really took off since we got this car.
Now, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff going on tonight. You know, your dad and your uncle, they're fighting for the Pure Stock Championship tonight, but this is a big night for you. You're officially jumping out of the Rookie 4 division, and tonight you're going to make your debut in the Mini Stocks in your first race on the big track. What are you feeling? A little excited, a little nervous, maybe a little bit of both tonight?
I feel more excited than nervous because I get to explore a different option of a different track. On the little track, you know, your car was pretty much set up every week. On the big track, it changes because all the different classes that run on there with my dad and the Pure Stocks and the sprint cars that are here tonight. So it's a different ball game from the mini track to the big track.
and you've had a lot of help this year. You guys have got some great people that are behind you. Tell us about some of the people that have helped you get out here, to run out here every single week, compete for this championship, and then to bring home a championship.
Well, first off and foremost, I'd like to thank Consolidated Heating and Air. Keith and Dory, they put money into these cars so that they see them on the track. Without them, we wouldn't be out here. Second off, I'd like to thank Bird Law Firm, Gulf Coast Auto Parts, Mac Ward, who's our longest sponsor of this race team. Barry Buchanan helped me with gas money the whole year. My mom and dad, my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my sister, my friend Mason for helping out, my friend Logan who's come out and helped and supported me, and all the fans for coming out and continuing to support this local racetrack.
Well, Jimmy, congratulations. You become the third best to win a Rookie 4 championship here. You're going to run with your cousin Sherry tonight, and you're going to be running with her next year in the mini stocks. Congratulations on a great season. This is your 2014 Rookie 4 champ. That's the 67 car, Jimmy Best. Turn 5 racing, we are here, we're wrapping up the season here, and the Pure Stock Championship is up for grabs tonight, and it comes down to Dwayne and Jimmy Best. Now, you guys have been battling all season, and it all comes down here to this last race. You guys have been calculating the points, figuring it all out. What do you think it's going to take for you to win this championship tonight, Dwayne?
I think if I'm just consistent tonight, and as long as I don't have no problems, I think we'll be all right. I'm glad I'm racing my brother for the championship. I know my mom and dad's down watching us proud. But we couldn't do it with all our great sponsors like Consolidated Heat and Air and M&B Screening, Best Racing, and Mac Ward. If it wasn't for them this year, for me and Jimmy, and even our kids, we wouldn't be here every week. But as long as I'm consistent, I think I'll be all right.
Now, it's got to be pretty simple for you. You're here to win the race and just get as many points as you can. But, how's the car felt so far today? And you've been pretty tough lately, so what do you think your chances are getting another win tonight?
Oh, I think my chances are real good. My car's real good today again. And that's what I got to do. I got to win, and I got to hope that he has some bad luck, and that's what I'm here to do. That's what I come to do every week is win. So, and that's what I've done the last 4 weeks, and out of 4 weeks, 2 out of 3 races I've won. So, I mean, we're good, and the car real good practice earlier. So, they got their hands full with me tonight. I got something from all tonight, so we'll see.
Now, I wouldn't be a good reporter if I didn't ask a little bit of a controversial question here. I've got to ask this: true or false? I'd wreck my brother to win a championship.
I wouldn't wreck him. I'd move him.
I'd wreck my brother for a championship. True or false?
Well, I ain't going to wreck him because I got to fix the car, but I will move him out of the way if it means to it. I mean, but I don't think it's got to come down to that. It's going to be, like he said, he knows where he's got to be, and he just got to tag along tonight and just finish with a couple spots with me, and he knows where he's got to be at. So, and I'm sure he's going for the win just like I am. He don't come here to race without winning, but it'll come down to both of us running up front tonight. So.
Yeah, now you guys have had a great year. All 3 of your cars have gone to victory lane so far this year. Kyle's not here tonight. Mark's filling in tonight. So congratulations to you guys on a great year. Jimmy and Sherry both having great years as well. Jimmy picking up the Rookie 4 championship. All 3 of the kids now are Rookie 4 champs. It's been a great year watching you guys battle it out, and it's all going to come down to it here, this final race for the LKQ Pick Your Part Pure Stocks. Dwayne Best and Jimmy Best, somebody's coming out of here a champion tonight. Turn 5 racing, we're joined with driver of the 05 mini stock, Ronnie Robinson. Ronnie, we're here to wrap up the 2014 season, the last race for you guys. You've had a very successful season, picking up victories this season. Running in the Pro 4 class a little bit earlier this year and then in the mini stock class. Just tell us how 2014 has been for you and how excited you are to go in and try and racing for a championship tonight.
Racing's been fun this year. Wish we had a lot more cars out here to make it, more fun racing, make it feel like you really earned something. But it's nice. We got new owners at the racetrack. They're bringing fans in the stands, bringing a lot more cars out to the track. The car's been running good. I can't complain about it. I really haven't had too many problems. A few here and there, but it's a lot of races for the whole year, so you're bound to have some kind of problems. But overall, it's been a pretty good year.
I see you got another car you're working on here tonight. You're out there doing some practice laps. Tell us what's going on with this car. If we're going to see this car out here some more next year, and who's going to be behind the wheel of it.
All right, yeah, this is my buddy's car, Eric Daniels. It's going to be his car. He's going to be running for next season. We're out here as a shake it down night because there's not much practice going on during a off season. Just trying to shake it down, figure out what it needs. But he'll be the one driving the car, and Randy's working on building another one, bringing it out for next season. So hopefully the class will build up a lot more cars, and people will build stuff and come on out.
Now, the key to winning a championship is being out at the track and always being able to show up and being able to get as many points as you can, and you've got some great people that help you out and make sure that you're out here every week to make sure that you can compete for that championship. Who are those people that have helped you out this year?
People who helped me out this year is Randy Johnson, most of all, my dad, Night All Automotive, you got Troy Auto Repair, Bad Iron Machine Shop, my family, and everybody that get Eric, he's been helping me a lot in the car lately too, so everybody just helps me out and gets it done. So.
All right, well, Ronnie, it's been an awesome year. Great job so far this year. We've been enjoyed watching you race. You got one more trophy to go after here tonight. This is Ronnie Robinson, your driver of the 05 in the mini stock class here at Desoto Speedway. Turn 5 racing, we're joined with Richard Nelson. Now, Richard races in our street stock division here. You're going to be you'll be wrapping up the season in that, but you got to tell us, what the heck do we got behind us here? I know we got monster trucks coming up next week, but we weren't expecting this out here. Tell us about this piece here.
I don't know, I had a K5, went to buy this late model actually to fix it for the late model class. It was bent in half too bad, so I wasn't going to take it to the junkyard, so I took the K5 off and put it on here.
Now tell us about where exactly you would even want to run this thing, or is this just something to show off one of your bad toys here? You know, tell us about what the purpose behind it is.
The purpose behind it's Redneck Yacht Club, Devil's Garden, RYC's opening up. I'll have the NOS on it next week. I'm actually going to start racing it.
Very nice. Now let's talk real quick about your street stock. We're wrapping up the season. You compete in so many different classes here. We've seen you in the Outlaw Modifieds, Cowboy Cadillacs, and the street stocks. Tell us about what your season's been like as we're wrapping up the championships here tonight.
Well, actually, it's been a good year, I think. I mean, Cowboy Cadillacs went downhill towards the end of the year. Not enough trucks. Hopefully, maybe we can bring them back. The street stock, a lot of fun. I got to thank my sponsor, David Bowe, BB&B Constructions, helped out a lot. He's got a lot of cars out here, helps a lot of people. It's been a good year.
All right, well, Richard, congratulations. It's been great having you on the show here a few times this year. Thanks for talking with us, and thanks for bringing this thing out here. This is just cool as heck to look at. And remember, next week, folks, we're going to have 4 monster trucks out here at DeSoto Speedway for our crash and bash as we wrap up the 2014 season. Turn 5 racing. We are back here in the pits at DeSoto, and we've got a bit of a legend here now. Bud Frazier, tell us exactly how long you have been involved in racing and how long you've been around racing. They call you the legend, you said, back in Ohio. Tell us about your racing experience and where it all started and where it's taken you to today.
Well, I started in a 6-cylinder, and then I went to a modified, then I went to sprint cars, and then I went to late models. I drove them all and won a few races in all of them.
Now, you ran up in Ohio, but I mean, I just heard you saying something about blowing an engine here. Where exactly have you ran all over the country? Some of the big racetracks and some of the places that you've been able to run at over your career.
We was down here. We ran DeSoto. We ran Hollywood. 4 or 5 places we raced sprint cars, and I was going down the backstretch here and blowed a motor. I was on the pole little 575.
Well, this is going to be big here tonight. We've got the non-wing sprints here. We've had some great sprint car races this year, whether it's been with the TBARA wing sprints or the non-wing sprints, and some big name drivers are here tonight. Are you looking forward to seeing these guys out here on the track later tonight?
Oh yeah, I've been watching them out there hot lapping. There's a few fast cars here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bud, it was great catching up with you here. We appreciate you coming on the show, and bit of a legend here. It just goes to show you the longevity of racing and the impact it can have on your life and just how long it can take you and how long it stays with you. Turn 5 Racing is presented by Dean's Tree Service. You know, this time of year in Florida, we've got to be wary of the potential for hurricanes. The last thing you want is the risk of damaging your home and property. Dean's Tree Service specializes in large and dangerous tree removals for prepping for hurricane season. From tree trimming and removal to pruning and hauling, stump grinding, lot clearing, storm cleanup, and even mulching. Dean's Tree Service, 24-hour service from licensed and insurance professionals who guarantee to beat any written estimate. Call Dean's Tree Service at 941-650-8114. That's 941-650-8114. And be sure to tell them you heard about it on Turn 5 Racing. Special thank you all season to all of our drivers that participated in the Junior Fan Club. The Junior Fan Club is a great experience for the kids to get to meet the drivers and get up close and personal with the cars and the drivers. So thank you to all of our drivers that participated this year and gave our young fans something great to look forward to each and every time here at DeSoto Speedway. Well, as we wrapped up the season tonight, we had some championships to give out, and we had the last trophies of the year to give out. And tonight, you're bringing home, two race trophies, but more importantly, you're taking home a championship. Nick Hernandez, you picked up the victory earlier tonight in the street stocks, and then you came in with a very, very tight points battle with Danny Anderson for the truck title, and you knew you had to come in here, you had to beat him, and you're probably going to have to win the race if you wanted to beat Danny. And your truck was just on a rail tonight, it seemed like. How awesome does it feel getting the 2 wins here tonight, but more importantly, claiming that championship?
It feels really good. It sucks that we only had 4 or 5 races with the trucks this year. We wish we'd had a little bit more. It was a real tight points battle with Danny. He's a good race car driver, and there for a little bit looking in the mirror, you just seen him breathing down my neck, and I thought for sure he was gonna give me a little bump and run, but he's a good driver, and he didn't give me the old bump and run.
You had victories in 3 different series this year, whether it was in the Pro Trucks, the Street Stocks, or in the JD Byrider Open Wheel Modifieds. You've got to think that this, I don't know how you could not say this year was a successful year with how many victories you were able to claim in all 3 series, and then it's got to feel good. You came up a little short there in the Modifieds, but picking up this truck championship's got to feel pretty good ending your 2014 season.
Yeah, originally we weren't gonna race for points this year, and we say that every year, and it always turns out into a points deal. It's Dennis Colletti. He bought the truck, and luckily enough, I was able to race it for him. And without him, I wouldn't be racing the truck. And because when he bought it, we decided, we're gonna go racing. Both of us, it works. They sponsor us, and we went out to the track and we had some fun, and we won a couple, and didn't have such good finishes in the other ones, but it's just the way racing goes sometimes.
Now, as the season ends here, we still got one more big weekend next week, as we're going to have the Crash and Bash here at DeSoto. But we're done with our track champions and everything are being crowned. So now you go into the off season, going to kind of look things over, see what you need to get fixed. What are you guys' plans for the off season?
We're going to take a break for a little bit. Between our truck, the modified, and helping Dennis with his late model, we've been here almost every week for 2 months basically. It's time for a vacation. I love racing, and it's fun being here, but it's time for a break.
Well, Nick, we've had you on the show a bunch of times. We keep saying, you keep winning races, you keep showing up, and, you definitely earned the nickname Mr. Turn 5 because you were on here a bunch with us this year because you won a ton of races, and I got to just congratulate you one more time. Awesome job this year. Pro Truck champion. He picks up the victory tonight in the Pro Trucks as well as the Street Stocks, and you guys go and enjoy this off season, and we look forward to seeing you guys next year and having you on here at Turn 5 more. Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Turn 5 Racing, we're joined by our winner tonight for the LKQ Pick Your Part Pure Stocks feature event, but more importantly, we're with our 2014 track champion in the Pure Stocks. How's that sound?
It sounds pretty good. I mean, we had a pretty awesome year. Today was our 9th win of the year. So, I mean, all in all, we had a real good year. We had some bad luck in the middle there, but everything kind of went to plans. We weren't planning on racing for points, but when you start coming out and all of a sudden you're in the points lead, you got miles to finish the year out. I mean, it was awesome racing my brother for the points. I mean, my son, I think, will end up 4th in points in pure stocks. So all in all, we had a good year. I mean, my daughter finished 2nd in mini stocks, and my nephew Jimmy wins the championship in rookie. I mean, we had an awesome year. I mean, we had great sponsors this year, like Consolidated, MLB Screening, Mack Ward, Best Racing, and all of them. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't be here.
You guys it seemed like you were on cruise control at one point in this year, and then, like you said, you kind of hit a bit of a rough spot. And as you guys hit your rough spot, your brother Jimmy, his car just took off all of a sudden. He started racking up the wins, and we had thought that you had this thing locked up a while ago, and we started saying, well, hold on a second here. We're going to have ourselves a pretty tight points race. And coming in tonight, you knew he was going to be tough, and you knew you had to beat him. And I mean, you just right from the get-go, you had that thing on rails tonight. How was the car specifically just tonight?
It wasn't bad. I mean, towards the end, the brakes were fading a little way. I mean, I had fought them all night long, but I mean, the car's tired. I mean, it's had a season on it. And I knew what Jimmy was there. I had to get out front. If I can get out front, I knew I can stay ahead of him. I'll be all right. But I knew if he got out front, There's no way I was going to catch him, but that's the way I wanted to go out and win. Make sure the last night of the race, I won the first night of the race. The last night of the race always makes a good race season, and it was awesome. I knew Jimmy got his car right. I mean, he worked very hard this year. I mean, we all did, but he worked very hard on his. I mean, Jimmy sets my car up, works on it every week for me, just like I work on his, and it's a team effort. So not necessarily I won the championship, our team won the championship.
And with everybody having such good seasons now, I mean, this has got to feel good. I mean, you guys have had an emotional year, definitely. So to have everybody finishing as well as you did, like I said, all three of the cars got to victory lane in the pure stocks, and I mean, it's how gratifying is it just to put a cap, to end this season like this?
It's very gratifying. I mean, I mean, we dedicated, like I dedicated this to my mom and my dad. I mean, they were all a big part of our racing. They are the ones that got us in the racing. I mean, yeah, we lost our mom this year. It was very tough, but I mean, she was watching down on us tonight with Dad and brought us home in one piece.
And now it's the off season, so you guys have a chance to kind of relax and kind of regroup. So what are you guys looking to do here in the off season?
Well, actually, I'm going to kind of lay back next year. Not going to race very much. I'm going to mainly concentrate on my kids. And just like Jimmy's going to take a little time off. We want to concentrate on little Jimmy. He's going to move up to mini stocks. Sherry's going to race mini stocks again next year. My son will run pure stock. And me and Jimmy will come out and dabble when we want. We like to buy a truck and do a truck. Me and Jimmy might do that as a venture together, but we're not quite sure. But our main concern is the kids.
Well, it's been fun watching you guys all year. You guys, I thought the pure stocks put on some of the best shows all year. And, I'm as bummed as I am that the season's over. I think we can all use a little bit of a break, definitely.
Definitely a break.
And I mean, congratulations.
Thank
You guys had an awesome year. The whole best racing just had a great year. We look forward to seeing you guys next year, and congratulations on all your success this year.
Thank you very much.
Tonight we kick things off with the Rookie Fours, with Jimmy Best already claiming the Rookie Four championship. He let his friend Mason Cassidy drive his car tonight, and he would make the most of it, picking up his first ever win. Congrats to Mason on his victory in the Rookie Fours. The 7 of Kristen Milthaler, she would come home second. Mini stocks in action for 15 laps. Problems right away for the 3 of Sherry Best as she'd slow on the backstretch. The 008 of Ren Wright Jr. would be in first, followed by the 05 of Ronnie Robinson. Running third is the 67 of Jimmy Best, 2014 Rookie 4 champ, making his first start in the mini stocks. Problems then for the 008 of Ren Wright Jr. as he would pull off. Tough break for Ren Wright Jr. there. The 71, Savannah Skaggs, she battles the 28 of Eric Daniels for third. Best slips high, allowing Skaggs and Daniels to get second and third. But on the last lap, the 71, Savannah Skaggs, makes the last lap pass and picks up the win, beating the 05 of Ronnie Robinson. And the 28 of Eric Daniels would finish third. The Sunbelt Rentals of Fort Myers Street Stocks went for 25 laps. The 57 of Jim Brenner would start on pole. 2014 champion, the 91 Ander Jackson, starts outside. On lap 3, the 6 of James Nanny would spin off of 4. The 91 of Ander Jackson to the lead. On the restart, problems all over the place. The 86 of Johnny Sapricone and the 7 of Blaine Bear, they would get together on the backstretch. And as this was happening up front, the leader, Ander Jackson, would go up in smoke, ending his night. Then on the restart, the 80 of Richard Nelson would have a good battle with the 45 of Nick Hernandez. Nick would get the lead. Caution comes out on lap 9 as the 57 of Jim Brenner would get together with the 27 of John Heidenthal. But tonight it would be dominated by the 45 of Nick Hernandez as he would go to pick up the win. The 27 of John Heidenthal would recover to finish second, and the 6 of James Nanny was third. Southeast Champ Kart Series ready to do some drafting around the high banks of Desoto Speedway. 2-car tandem drafts are the key to winning these races at Desoto. Any little contact with these cars will upset the cars and spin easily, just like what happened on lap 2 this evening. The key is setting up that last lap pass and timing your move, but tonight it was the 57 of Brian Shearer holding off the 66 of David Harp in second, and the 77 Phil Harp took home third. Then it was 40 laps with the DeSoto Bombers. Big season finale for the Bombers. The 23 of Brandon Duchier was our fast qualifier earlier in the evening. The 57, Aaron Holmes, he would start on pole with Larry Welter Jr. in the 58 to his outside. Welter Jr. would take the lead, leading the first 25 laps with the 75 of Josh Todd in second. Great battle for third between the 23 of Duchier and the 1 of Jeff Firestein. Caution comes out lap 25 as the 10 of Tristan Collins spins in turns 3 and 4. On the restart, Welter Jr. would temporarily lose the lead to the 75 of Todd, but 2 laps later he would battle back to retake the lead. Duchier would move up to second, bringing the 57 of Aaron Holmes to third. Restart on lap 30 with 10 laps to go. Duchier gets by to take the lead from Welter Jr., but problems then for the 75 of Josh Todd with just 7 to go, ending his night. 4 to go, move the 1 of Firestein to third, and the big winner of the 40-lap Bomber feature was the 23 of Brandon Duchier and the 58 of Larry Welter Jr. in second. However, both cars would be disqualified in post-race inspection, so give the win to the 1 car of Jeff Firestein. Then it was 30 laps with the DeSoto Pro Trucks. Danny Anderson in the 50 was fast qualifier tonight and comes in locked in a tight points battle with the 37 of Nick Hernandez. Right from the get-go, Nick Hernandez and Danny Anderson rocket through the field up to first and second. The 4 of Dennis Coletti settles in third until caution comes out on lap 9 when the 99 of Cody Martell spins in turns 3 and 4. On the restart, the 37, Nick Hernandez is shot out of a cannon knowing he has to beat Anderson to win the title, and in convincing fashion, the 37, Nick Hernandez wins the race, and more importantly, the track championship in the DeSoto Pro Trucks. Danny Anderson, the runner-up in the race and in the points battle, and third would go to the 4 of Dennis Coletti. Next up, it was the DeSoto Wingless Sprints. The 88 of Sport Allen looking for another win this season. But returning to DeSoto Speedway for the first time this year was Dave Steele piloting the number 2 car. The 79 of Jason Kimball and the 2 of Dave Steele would pick up heat wins earlier this evening. 40 laps would be the distance. The 1 of Ty DeCare started on pole, and just 1 lap in, the 9 of Matt Alfonso loses it in turns 1 and 2. On lap 7, move the 79, Jason Kimball, up to the lead. 2 laps later, the 2 of Dave Steele would move up into the top 5. Then the 88 of Sport Allen works his way up to third. Then at the halfway point, Allen would take the second spot. Bizarre scene on lap 29. Kimball spent a few laps being held up by a lap car, and finally he'd had enough of it as the bumper would be applied, bringing out the yellow. 10 to go on the restart, move the 2 of Dave Steele to third. Allen and Steele try to reel in the 79 of Jason Kimball, but he was clearly the class of the field tonight as he dominates and picks up the victory. The 88 Sport Allen comes home second, and the 2 of Dave Steele finishes third. Wrapping things up tonight, we had the LKQ Pick Your Part Pure Stock. 7 points separated Dwayne and Jimmy Best for the points lead. Scary scene at the start of the race as the 98 of Logan Leonard's car would burst into flames coming out of the rear of the car. Luckily, Logan was able to get out unharmed. Right away, the 3 of Dwayne Best would take the lead, and brother Jimmy in the 67 right behind in second. Tonight, Dwayne Best, he wanted the championship, and he puts an exclamation point on the 2014 season as he wins the race and the championship. Jimmy Best not only takes second in the race, but also in the championship, and the 80X of Chad Cummings was third. Well, I figured I had one more interview left in me this season, as I'm not going to be here next week as we've got our big crash and bash, and who better to end the season interviewing than the guy that's behind the camera. Bob, you've been out here, you've been covering racing for a long, long time, and specifically here at DeSoto Speedway. But how was it? How would you put this season in perspective and rank this season as far as having the new ownership of the track here and getting the fan base back out here and getting the car counts back up and getting DeSoto Speedway back to what it used to be?
Well, I think it's good. I haven't seen this much activity at this track in an awful long time. I started working here in 1983, and it's been a long road to hoe, but it's been fun. I wouldn't trade a minute of it for nothing. I think Denny and Jimmy are doing a bang-up job with the track. I'm glad to see the old girls back alive. It really hurt my heart to see it go down like it did, but it's coming back, and all of you out there that's watching this, keep an eye on DeSoto Speedway because it's going to go nothing but up. We got programs next year that planned already that's just astronomical, and I think this is going to be the premier track in the southeastern United States one day.
Now let's talk about our show. I mean, you've had this show before. It was great coming on board with you this year. You got any ideas maybe going forward to next year if there's any ways that we can kind of expand on the show? I mean, we've got the off season coming up, but there's still some things that we could maybe do during the off season to kind of keep everybody interested and kind of let everybody know, we still got stuff going on. I know you like to put together crash videos from the year, and maybe a couple of your rut rows that you that you have on there. And plus we've got the banquet coming up in January. A lot of things to do in the off season. Maybe even getting some shop visits done in the off season, as far as people either working on their cars or even building new cars. What are some things you're thinking about maybe doing this off season and just leaning towards for next year?
Well, I think what I'd like to do is have maybe a couple of shows a month during the off season, and go to shops and see people building new cars. So one of the good things about today that I didn't have when I first started this business 31 years ago was the Facebook, and Facebook's been a big boon in my business. I'm able to keep in contact with drivers and whatnot. This is 31 years for Florida Video Service, but it's 61 years that I've been involved in racing, and it's been a lifetime, and I was 9 years old when I went to the track the first time, and a local racer here, it raced here for years, and his son did, was Harold Hall. He took me to the racetrack in 1953, and I've been there ever since. I've been involved with motorcycle racing, swamp buggy racing, stock car racing, and anything. I like racing if it's two snails if they're competitive.
I know that. So, well, I'll tell you what. This year has been it's been incredible for me. My two biggest passions in life, I always grew up being a racing fan. I grew up as a little kid here, 3, 4, 5 years old, running around the pits, watching my cousins race, bumming around in the shop, really not being able to do anything but just kind of getting into trouble. I just loved being around the cars, and I loved being out here at the racetrack. I can remember on Saturdays, I'd get done playing baseball games, and the first thing I'd ask my dad after the game was, can we go to the racetrack? And the nights that we got to come out here were some of the best nights. My childhood memories are growing up out here at this racetrack. And there was a pretty long time where, like you said, I didn't come out here a whole lot, and you were a little disappointed in how things that happened here at the track. But being out here this last year, being able to combine my two biggest passions in racing and being able to announce with you and work on the show with you has been awesome. And I can't thank you enough for letting me come on board with you this year. I hope this is just year one of many more years to come out here for me, DeSoto, and I hope to get to work with you here for a few more years as well. And I can't thank the viewers enough either. It's been awesome. I've enjoyed this year. We still got one more week to go. We're going to have a big crash and bash here at DeSoto next week. 4 monster trucks are going to be here. We're going to have a big demolition derby race, an enduro race. We're even going to have the husband and the wife, the swap race. That's always going to be interesting. We got a bunch of other things going on. Best way to stay in touch, DeSotoSpeedway.net. If you want any information, you can look there, or you go onto the Facebook page for DeSoto Speedway. Check out the Turn 5 Facebook page. We're going to be Bob, you're always posting your Throwback Thursday videos up there. Always keep a lookout on that. And if you're interested next year in coming on board and sponsoring us, you can always contact Bob at the Florida Video Service or contact him through Facebook. Thank you, Dean's Tree Service. Thank you for being on board with us this year. We appreciate it. Dean and Brandy, thank you guys for supporting us. And I don't know what more I have to say. I'm going to leave you with the last words here, but I know with me, you said at the beginning of the year, turn 5 is that last turn. You're able to put the car back on the trailer all in one piece, and here we are. I'm making my turn 5. Is there anything else you'd like to wrap up there, Mr. Culberson?
Well, the only thing I like to say is turn 5 originated with myself and Jack Smith, who passed away not too long ago. I think 2 years ago now. But Jack and I come up with the notion of Turn 5 racing, and I wasn't real sure about it. I put it off, and I really kicked myself for doing that because Jack passed away before I actually started. In fact, I think that's what started me to doing it, was when Jack passed away. I really felt so bad about him not being able to see what him and I had come up with come to fruition. I'm really sorry about that. But going forward, I hope for next year to have a better show. If we can get some sponsorship, there's a lot of things we can do, and we can keep you, our racing community, apprised of what we're doing, what's going on at the track, what's going on with the drivers, and hopefully you can get to know the drivers like they were your neighbors. That's our goal.
All right, Bob, it's been awesome working with you again this year. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Denny Meyer, Jimmy Cope, Miss Linda. Everybody here at the track has just been amazing. I've met some pretty incredible people out here, and I am going to miss seeing everybody, but it is time for a break. We have made that last turn. We're putting the car back on the trailer. This has been Turn 5 Racing. Bob Culbertson. I'm Jake Wilson. Thank you to our correspondents. We've had Troy McNabbs helped us out this year, Phil Ellis Jr., Scott Lockwood, everybody filling in with us. Thank you guys for helping us out this year. And we're going to enjoy the off season, but I'll tell you what, I can't wait to be back out here in February. We'll have the icebreaker starting up in February, and I can't wait to be here. I'm your host, Jake Wilson. Thank you for joining us on Turn 5 Racing.